In this video, you will be shown how to install Profix Poly500 sanded grout. Poly500 is composed of hydraulic cement, graded aggregates, dry polymer, and chemicals. It is used to fill joints ranging between 1/8 of an inch to 1/2 an inch on walls or floors. You simply have to add water to the mix. It is available in 30 colors and 4 sizes to accommodate small and big projects. Here's the list of material you will need to install the Poly500. A utility knife, a 20-liter pail, a rubber float, a drill mixer and mixing bit, a 5-inch flat spatula, a grout sponge, and a vacuum. Before you proceed with the installation of the Poly500, it is very important to inspect your grout joints and make sure that 2/3 of the space between the tiles is free of mortar. Using the utility knife, scrape the mortar off and vacuum the dust from the surface and the joint. This step will avoid bad surprises encountered when grouting with a light-colored grout, like in this video. In a clean pail, slowly add the powder to a pre-measured quantity of fresh water. Water ratios with grout are even more important to achieve color consistency and maximum grout strength between the batches. Mix the powder and the water for 2 to 3 minutes at low speed to avoid entrapping air in the mix, and let the mixture sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Remix for a minute or two before applying. This step is very important to obtain optimal performances with the product. You are now ready to grout the floor. If you're grouting a natural stone installation, make sure that the surface has been sealed to avoid staining those stones with the grout. Using your spatula, pour a small quantity of grout on the floor. Use your rubber float to push the grout firmly in the joints. Using the same rubber float, scrape off the excess of grout moving diagonally from the grout line. If the mixture starts thickening in the bucket while you're applying it, don't add water. Simply reactivate the mixture using your mixer. For beginners, we recommend you only do a small section at a time, 20 to 30 square feet. This will allow you to clean the grout from the surface of the tile before it dries and forces you to use excessive water to clean off the residue. Once a small section is grouted, it is time to do your first wash. We recommend that you wait about 10 minutes after you completed your first section to start washing the floor. This will allow for the grout to solidify in the grout line. Using a slightly damp sponge, rub the sponge in a circular motion on the grout and the tile. This first wash will shape the grout line and loosen up the grout residue from the surface of the tile. Avoid putting too much water when doing your first cleanup to ensure color consistency. Continue grouting and cleaning in sections until you've completed the whole floor. Once the whole floor is grouted and washed, take a bucket of clean water and wash that floor one last time, again using a slightly damp sponge. This step should remove the white haze left from the previous wash. Avoid circulation for a period of 24 hours to allow the grout to cure properly. Even though you've cleaned the floor twice, there still might be a whitish haze left on the tile surface the next day. Use a dry cloth to scrub off the grout haze and vacuum the remaining dust from the floor. For the next 72 hours, avoid cleaning the grout with abundant water or harsh cleaners, which could affect the color of the grout. If you're having a hard time cleaning off that haze, you can use the Polyclean Crete from Profix to ease your work.